Through the night, we had 4 calls. One stood out in particular, and I'd like to share it with you. So we were out of our county, traveled about 70 miles. Get to a residence, super dark neighborhood. It's the middle of the night, it was around 1:30 a.m. And no street lights, no moonlight really out, it's a dark night. And the houses weren't lit either, it's just a dark neighborhood. Nice homes, middle class, older brick homes. This particular home was in a cul-de-sac, and so we pull in, see one officer's car immediately, and then the investigator's car, and then just noticed there wasn't a huge police presence. They had already cleared out by the time we made our trip there. So just some securing the scene. And the first officer's car that we saw, he hops out, he says he'll take us to where our loved one is at, who's passed. I don't even say anything, I just follow him. I already know the drill. So we walk through a fence that's around this house, chain link fence, walk down the cement driveway around to the back of the residence. And we're gonna enter through the back of the house. And that's where I see my first light on this scene, and it is a large window from the garage, and the garage is well lit inside, and so that's shining through to the backyard. And as soon as I look in there, I see what we're dealing with, and it's something that I've seen very many times, but the positioning of the loved one or their body sometimes is unique in a way that gets the attention of my brain, and this was one of those calls. So we enter through the backside of the house into the garage, and that's where our scene is. And so it is a beautiful mid-20s brunette woman. I would say, from what I remember, she weighed in at just around 100 pounds, super small. And she has hung herself from the motor to the garage door at the top of the ceiling with 2 orange electrical cords. So she tied one to the right side of the motor and the metal that's supporting it to the ceiling, and then one to the left, made 2 nooses, a double noose, stuck her head through both, and then let herself go, so it was pulling from both sides of her neck, which is not necessary, but effective nonetheless. And so initially looking through the back window of the garage, I just see this little tiny dancer body, just like this, just suspended 4 feet off the ground. Just boom, in the middle of the garage. Nothing else around. There's no cars in this garage. There's some stuff along the sides for storage, but it's just basically an open room. And then this girl appeared to be levitating initially, but immediately realized that she had hung herself. So we go in there, my partner and I, ask if they had finished with getting all the photos they need, if they needed help getting photos. They said that they already had. So lay down our body bag, open it up, the gurney in there as well. So we just laid the body bag on top of the gurney. The gurney is all the way lowered to the ground. And then from there, I hand my blade, my pocket knife, to my partner. He climbs up on the ladder that we've set out. And generally essentially every single time, and this is how I would teach somebody on a suicide removal, I like to cover them in the plastic liner first before we take them down, so I'm not making contact with the body. But on this one, I could just tell, like, it's just a clean person. There was no purge, no anything, and for some reason my spirit just told me not to do that. So I just got a firm grip on her body, just right around the waist and just above the waist. So I have her center of gravity and I'm locked in. My partner uses my knife to cut both of the electrical cords. And like I said, she's 100 pounds. So I barely even felt it, like legit, when her body weight was released onto me. And just lowered her down onto the gurney myself before my partner even got down from the ladder, because she was just like that small and fragile and just a young, beautiful person. It's just there, just dead. And I also remember she had a beautiful dog, a larger breed, and the most gorgeous eyes. And animals can sense everything, as I'm sure you've noticed. And the same rings true with death. They know what's happened, and they know that their owner something has changed. They may even know more than that. I feel like dogs may be inclined to the spiritual realm more than most humans. So I don't know to what degree the dog understood, but it's probably a greater degree than we would assume. So once she's been laid into the bag, with the liner inside, close the liner, close the bag, lift up the gurney at the same time, we get our paperwork and we head out of there. And so just like I do on every call, I said a prayer for her and for her family and for her friends and everybody that's going to be irreparably hurt and devastated for a long time to come. And I just pray that they have mercy shined upon them by God, and peace and grace and some understanding, because it's just the most painful. But God will redeem my life from the grave. He will surely take me to himself. Psalm 49:15. She's with God, and she's okay, and she wants me to be okay. She's with God, and she's okay. Praise God.